on a few things together, and
Yeah.
I know that we said we might have a chat about wine and how that's affecting you, your drinking today. Do you want to tell me a bit more about that then?
Yeah, so, well, I got to the point where I'm drinking a bottle of wine at night before I go to sleep, and I do sleep through, but it's not great. The reason I've been kind of drinking was because I've been waking up in the night worrying.
Right.
So I find that when I do drink, I do sleep through, but it's not great.
It's not great.
Yeah, just because I feel terrible in the morning, and it's also, it's not good for my health.
Okay, so sounds like something that's built up a bit more and more.
Yeah.
And you feel like it's helping you sleep then.
Yeah, so I am sleepy. I go to bed and I do sleep through. I just then feel really bad the next day. I'm super tired, and then I end up drinking again that next night.
Okay. So what would you think would happen if you didn't have the bottle of wine or had less than that?
If
What
I don't,
would you worry would happen?
I think, well, I feel like I've got to the point where I need that bottle of wine, because if I don't have it, then I won't be able to sleep.
Get to sleep.
Yeah, and I'll lie with kind of worrying in my bed and just going over and over and over everything.
Okay. So it sounds like if you had more confidence that you could sleep without it, you wouldn't be drinking so much, and you'd feel a bit better in the mornings, not have the same worries. Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, so maybe that worry that you wouldn't be able to get to sleep is something we could test out if you felt like it. If you were up for that.
I want to try anything.
Because sometimes what we do with people is make what we call a behavioural experiment, and they go away and do something, try something out, and come back and see how it went and how that impacts on this thought or belief that they had.
Okay.
Do you think we could have a go at that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so if the thought is that without the bottle of wine each night, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
every night.
Wouldn't be able to sleep,
Yeah, that's right.
and you'd be kind of lying awake worrying.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we got you to have a go at cutting down just for say 1 week, to a level that you'd be happy to try for our experiment, and then keep a record of some things and bring it back, how would that be?
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Okay, so what we do is just write the day in one column of this kind of little diary that we take, and then we'd write here how many glasses you might have. So what would we do for our experiment? What might be a way of testing out this thought?
Well, yeah, I'm having the bottle just now, but I think, after 2 glasses, I feel tired. To be fair, I just seem to have got into the habit of keep drinking the rest of the bottle. So maybe 2.
So we'd say having up to 2 on all the days in the week of our test, and then we'd need to measure a couple of things, wouldn't we? So maybe whether or not you laid awake worrying.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd be able to remember the next day, do you think?
Yeah, because I know if like last night you got to bed quick because I'm drinking, but in the past I knew like I'd be lying in bed and then I'd wake up and remember that I'd been lying for a few hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then maybe kind of how you felt, because it seems like that's an important thing for you the next day.
Yeah, in the morning.
How it felt in the morning, yeah. So would you be able to rate that, say like on a scale of 1 to 10? If 1's like really awful, 10's amazing. Could you pop down how you felt?
Yeah.
How would you say you were now?
Well, this morning I think it probably was about a 2.
2.
Yeah. Just felt really terrible.
It's rubbish. Okay, so we could do the same thing then for each morning in our experiment.
Okay.
And then we can find out whether without your bottle of wine you wouldn't be able to sleep or you would.
Okay.
So at the moment, how strong is that belief? So if you had like a percentage for how much that's true, what would it be?
Well, it's kind of got to the point I feel like I really need it, so I don't know, 90% maybe?
90%, yeah. So pop that back there, and then we'll ask you to go away and have a go if you're happy with that, and come back and we'll see how we go from there. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Fantastic. Linda, nice to see you again. How are you?
Good, thanks, and you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. See, you've got a bit of paper there. Is that our
Yeah,
experiment?
I do.
Can we have a look at it together, do you think?
Yeah,
see
that
how
would
you
be
got
good.
on. I'll be interested to see what you found out. It's cool.
Mhm.
So, remind me again what we were doing.
Well, obviously I've been drinking this bottle of wine every night to get sleep. So I was just recording every night how many glasses, and we'd said ideally 2 or less, and how long I was lying awake, and also how I was feeling in the morning.
Okay, so I see you've got all the columns filled in, which is brilliant. Did you see any patterns there, just when you're looking at it? What did you find out?
Well, I did have this blip on Sunday. I don't know really what happened there. So I did have the bottle of wine. But before that, I'd kind of been getting on okay. I'd had the 2 and feeling a bit better in the morning. And then actually, since the bottle of wine, I was really upset about the fact I'd done that. And since then, I've managed to just have 1, or in fact, even last night, just didn't even have a glass because I was actually really tired. Because I'd had more energy in the day to run about and do all the things I wanted to do, so I was quite tired, and I've been feeling better in the morning. So yeah, I didn't expect to see any change, to be honest.
So there's been some surprises.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I can see that you've managed the 2 glasses or less thing almost every day. Was that 6 days, which is just great to start with, that you even managed to have a go at this experiment, and that you've had a couple of times there where you've laid awake for an hour on Saturday and 15 minutes there on Monday, but the rest of the time it's been 10 minutes or less. Did that surprise you?
Well, yeah, because that had been a big problem, this lying awake. So I was I was definitely surprised, because that was one of the reasons I thought I needed to drink the bottle of wine.
Okay. And in terms of how you've been feeling, you've got a 0 there for the morning after the wine, is that right?
That's right, yeah, I just felt absolutely terrible on the Monday morning.
Yeah. And what's happened throughout the other days?
Well, when I kind of seen, and I knew from the past, but I didn't think it would be the case, that when I don't drink so much, I feel a lot better. So, last night I didn't drink anything, and I feel so much better today. So
you were 6 out of 10 this morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been doing loads so far today, which is great.
Oh wow, that's great. So we were testing out this thought you'd had that without the bottle of wine each night, you wouldn't be able to sleep.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
And last week you were kind of 90% sure that was the case.
Yeah.
What would it be now? Would it be the same or any different?
Yeah, well, it's not going to be the same, because I've got the proof that I don't need that bottle. So I don't know, we're about 10%, because I suppose there was that blip where I had, so it's not all the way down, but getting close.
Okay, so you're mostly sure that you can manage then without having a whole bottle before you go to sleep. Wow, that's a big change then, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so what are you going to do going forward, do you think?
Well, no, I think it's actually really helpful to write it down, just because otherwise you kind of lose track.
Alright, so this writing it down is a thing you might carry on with.
Especially kind of how much and how I'm feeling in the morning, that's really helpful, because just even looking back now, just remembering how bad I felt on Monday morning, I don't want to feel like that again, so it's quite good to just remind myself.
So you're going to carry on writing things down?
Yeah.
And how about the wine?
Well, again, there's no need for the bottle, so I think I'm going to try. Last night I didn't have anything, so try again that, but if I do have something, maybe 1 glass I think might be realistic to test out, and I can test that out the next week or so.
1 or 2 glasses instead?
1, or 2,
Okay then. Well, thanks for having a go at that. It sounds like it's been quite interesting for you to do.
Yeah, it has. Thank you.
Well done.